Good morning, children. In today's session, I'm going to take class for 5th standard science. That is lesson 2, animals from the term 3 portion. Okay. Books are available in the school, children. You can come and buy the books so that you can learn easily. Okay. So all the question answers are given for you. First lesson, all the objectives and questions are given for you, children. Now it's the second lesson for you. The lesson name is animals. Okay. Now first we'll go to the introduction. A planet Earth has countless number of organisms, including plants and animals. So in our Earth, many animals, plants, everything we can see, right? So in our surroundings, we can see what and all. We can see all the planets and animals, plants, animals and all. Then among them, animals are the most advanced organisms. So I said plants and animals, right? These two we can see. In these, animals are the main advanced organisms we can see, children. Animals are a gift of nature to human beings. So animals are the gift of the nature. Nature means what? Gifts of the nature to whom? To human beings. That is we. They are very closely associated with us in our daily life. So in our daily life, they are closely associated and contribute a lot to us. So they give a lot to us, to the human beings. Man is exploiting nature nowadays more than ever before. So more those days and all those trees and all we are able to see. But now people are exploiting, they are cutting the trees, everything, and they are exploiting the animals also. Okay. So we can, from this we can know that many of the animals are exploited. Hence, animals are affected and many of the plant and animal species are disappearing from the surface of the earth. So, animals are being too much affected by the pollution and everything, so and so. So, what happens? These species are disappearing. Disappearing means getting out from the surface of the earth. Now, we are going to study about this in this lesson. So, how they are exploited and how we are going to protect these animals. We are going to see this. This lesson will deal with the reproduction in animals, extinction and extinction of animals and the ways to preserve them or to protect them. So we are going to see in this lesson. Now first we'll see the reproduction in animals. Reproduction. That is reproduction in animals. Now, reproduction is a biological process by which an organism gives rise to a new organism. That is, that is a animal which gives birth to a young one. That is, this is how the generation moves. So, by which organism gives rise to a new organism. This process is seen in all living organisms, both plants and animals. So, in both plants and animals, you can see this reproduction goes on. Then, reproduction is essential for the continuation of similar kinds of species, generation after generation. So, generation after generation, this reproduction occurs. In animals, two types of reproduction are seen. They are sexual and asexual reproduction. Two types you can see, sexual and asexual reproduction. Okay, what are the two types, children? Sexual and the asexual reproduction we can see in this animals. Now first we will see the sexual reproduction. So what we are going to see now? First sexual reproduction we are going to see. Sexual reproduction is a natural way of reproduction in humans, animals and also in most of the plants. So in nature, okay, this is a natural way where the reproduction occurs in the humans, plants and animals. This type of reproduction is more complex and lengthy as compared to asexual reproduction. So, sexual reproduction is more difficult than the asexual reproduction. Different and unique offspring, that is different offsprings are produced by sexual reproduction. And sexual reproduction consists of 3 stages, that is pre-fertilization, then fertilization, and then post-fertilization. So these are the 3 stages. What are the pre-fertilization, fertilization and the post-fertilization. Now first we are going to see the pre-fertilization. Now it's the first stage of sexual reproduction. This is the first stage of the sexual reproduction. Okay. So then, in this stage, gamete, that is sex cells, formation and transfer of gametes takes place. Here the gametes form here. Okay, that is sex cells form and this gametes take place in animals. Males and females have different reproductive organs. So in this Animals, what happens? Male and female both have the different sex organs. The male reproduces. So male, we can write the symbol as like this. This is male, okay, and this is female. The symbol for the male and female. Okay, children, this is male and this is female. Okay, so the male reproductive organ is called testis. Male reproductive organ is called testis, and the female reproductive organ is called ovary. Okay, male testis and the female is ovary. Then the testis produce the male gametes known as sperms. They produce the male gamete, that is sex cells. Okay, they produce the sperms, and the ovaries produce the female gametes known as ova or eggs. Okay, children, do you understand now? It's a male, and what is the reproductive organ here? Testis, and here the reproductive organ is called as a female is for the ovary, and the testis produce the male gametes called the sperms, and the ovary produce the female gametes called the ova or the eggs. Do you understand till here, children? Then the male gametes reach the female gametes during this stage, that is male gametes reach the female gametes. Okay, they both combine with each other. This male gamete reaches the female gamete during this pre-fertilization stage. Next we will go to the fertilization. What is the second one? Fertilization. Now when the male gamete reaches the female gametes, they begin to fuse together. See here, this is ovum, okay, that is egg. This is only egg, okay, and this is sperm, that is male gamete. Okay, this is a male gamete. Okay, this is children. So when you buy the book, you can see this pictures, that is ovum and the sperm, that is male gamete is a sperm and the female gamete is a ovary. Okay, so when this in the pre-fertilization itself, the male gamete reaches the female gamete, that is male gamete, what is the sperm? This reaches the female gamete, that is ova or the eggs. Now when the male gamete reaches the female gametes, they begin to fuse together. Fuse na combining. So nalliya onna serradhu, okay? They begin to fuse. They both. Okay, this is the update reach agudhu. So in the fertilization time, they both combine. What is that combine? Ova and the sperm. And the fusion of gametes is known as fertilization. This fusion is known as fertilization. During fertilization, the nuclei of the sperm and the egg form a single nucleus together. That is nucleus. Okay. What happens? The nuclei of the sperm and the egg form a single nucleus. This reaches and they form a single nucleus. This is here. From the sperm, the nucleus goes, and here they form a single nucleus. This is the nuclei from the sperm. Okay, they form a single nuclei together, resulting in the formation of fertilized egg known as zygote. This is only zygote. So the nuclei of the sperm reaches the nuclei of the egg. So they both combine. That forms a single nuclei. That is called as a zygote. Okay, and this fertilized egg is known as a zygote. This occurs during the fertilization. And fertilization in animals takes place in two ways, that is external and internal fertilization. External and internal fertilization. So what are the two forms? External and the internal fertilization. Two stages takes place. Here, external fertilization takes place outside the animal's body and usually takes place in the aquatic environments. Aquatic environments means that is which live in the water. Okay, both the animals which live in water are called the aquatic environments, where both eggs and the sperms are released into the water. So at that time what happens? Aquatic animals, with the animals which live in water. So what that happens, a sperm and the egg both are released now the tannikulla varum, veliye vandirum. So released into the water. That is external. Fertilization in frogs and fish takes place by this method. So animals from water la paakrom, that is frog, fish, idu ellame. So what they do, they release the sperm and the egg inside the water. Okay, and what are the animals do? This frog and the fish. And when the fertilization takes place inside the body, it is called internal fertilization. So I said outside the body is made external fertilization, and internal means inside the body. So outside yark எப்பவுமே நடக்கும் aquatic animals தான். So that is fish and frog. That is a release egg and sperm into the water. Okay, and this internalisis that it brings inside the body. It is called internal fertilization. It takes place in animals like cat, dog, cow, etc. Outside means what I said, frog and fish. So inside means what are the animals? Cat, dog, cow. So for all these animals, internal fertilization takes place. For external fertilization means it develops inside the aquatic environment like fish and frog. Now did you understand till this now, children? Next, we'll go to the embryo fertilization. The zygote, that is fertilized egg, I said, that is both the nuclei of the sperm and the egg combines together, okay, then form a single nuclei, that is a zygote. This, or you can say fertilized egg also. So this zygote divides repeatedly into a group of cells. Divide means abdiye separate agirudhu, puriyudha, tani taniya separate agum into a group of cells, nariya cells form agum. These cells develop into different tissues and organs constituting a full body. Separate ஆயிட்டு என்ன ஆகும், தனித்தனியாக ஒவ்வொரு full பாடியாக ஃபார்ம் ஆகும். And this structure is known as embryo. That structure is called as a embryo. What is called as embryo? Okay, and this embryo continues to develop in the uterus. Okay, what happens? This embryo is going to develop inside the uterus of a animal or a human. And it's developed into body parts like head, face, hands, legs, etc. அந்த embryo வந்து என்ன ஆகும், டெவலப் ஆகும், கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமாக வளரும் போது அந்த ஹெட், ஃபேஸ், ஹேண்ட்ஸ், லெக்ஸ் இது எல்லாமே வந்து டெவலப் ஆகும், as a baby-ஆக ஃபார்ம் ஆகும். Based on whether the embryo develops outside or inside the body, animals are again classified into two. So external fertilization, internal fertilization I said. So external fertilization I said what are the animals, and internal fertilization I said what are the animals. Now external fertilization develops outside the body. Animals are classified into now oviparous and viviparous. External fertilization இருக்கிறவங்க another internal fertilization, and viviparous two types. Okay, oviparous and viviparous, two types we can classify. Okay, now first we'll see the oviparous animals. The animals in which embryo develops outside the body are called oviparous animals. That is, embryo develops outside, that is external, right? Outside the body are called oviparous animals. They produce their offspring by laying eggs. அதாவது முட்டை அவங்க விட்டோம்னா முட்டையிலேருந்து பேபி வரும் இல்லையா? So they produce their offspring means that babies through eggs. In the case of birds, new ones are produced from the eggs. So if you take birds also, birds lay eggs, and the eggs லேருந்து தான் என்ன வரும், all the baby eggs எல்லாமே வரும் இல்லையா? The egg shell protects the embryo. நீங்கள் வந்து எக்கை பார்த்துருக்கீங்க, மேலே என்ன இருக்கும், ஷெல் இருக்கும். This protects the embryo. உள்ளே இருக்கிற embryo வந்து என்ன பண்ணும், அந்த egg shell protect பண்ணும். Then egg shell protects the embryo from outer environment, and the embryo receives its nutrients from the egg yolk. Egg yolkனா உள்ள yellow கலரில் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அதுலேருந்து embryo receives the nutrients in a food from the egg yolk. In these animals, the newborn one will have different development stages. For example, in butterfly, there are different development stages like egg, larva, pupa and adult. Each stage is different. So now we are going to learn about a butterfly and what are the stages. Okay, the process in which a butterfly becomes an adult are called as a metamorphosis. I think we have to understand till this, children. So now we are going to see the stages of a butterfly. Stages of a butterfly. Stages of butterfly. Okay, now first stage. In the first stage, a butterfly lays eggs on a leaf. That is, first we'll see the butterfly lays the egg on a leaf. These are the eggs. Okay, butterfly lays eggs on a leaf, and these eggs are very small and round. These eggs are very small and round. And about 5 days after the eggs are laid, a tiny worm-like creature will hatch from the egg. After how many days? After 5 days. Okay. It reaches the larval stage. Okay. Worm-like structure called the larval stage. Okay, children. Now, tiny worm-like creature which hatch from the egg. From the egg it comes outside. Okay, that is called as a larval stage. From the egg it form a tiny worm-like structure called the larval stage. Now the second stage is the caterpillar. This is stage 2, which is the larval stage. It's a caterpillar. It is called larva. So it is a caterpillar. So this creature is called as a caterpillar, which is called as a larva. It looks like a worm. Buchin soraniya. The caterpillar starts to eat leaves and flowers once it is hatched. Now it has come out from the egg. Now it is going to eat all the leaves. Okay, that's the food of the caterpillar. It grows very fast because it eats a lot. So it grows fast. Okay. As it grows fast, it sheds its old skin. Sheds in shed கொட்டுறது அவனோட மேலே இருக்கிற சென்ஸ் அந்த கேட்டர்பில்லரோட மேலே இருக்கிற ஸ்கின் வந்து என்ன ஆகும் வெளியே வரும். ஓகே, கொட்ட ஆரம்பிக்கும். And gets new skin. A caterpillar shedding its skin is called molting. Shedding the skin is called as a molting. Caterpillar shedding the skin is called molting. Okay, children. Now, next we'll go to the third stage called as a chrysalis. Okay, that is chrysalis. That is pupa. Okay, what is that stage called? The chrysalis pupa. Okay. Then the third stage is a pupa. It is mostly brown or green. It may be brown or green. Okay, it may be brown or green. This is a resting stage as well as a changing stage. This is well as a resting as well as a changing. The caterpillar turns into a butterfly. Now the caterpillar turns into a butterfly. Okay, turns into a butterfly. Then we'll see the butterfly stage. This is a adult stage. Butterfly, which is a adult stage. Okay, in the fourth stage, the pupa opens. Here the pupa opens and the butterfly comes out. A butterfly is sometimes called as an imago. Butterfly is or otherwise called as an imago. Okay, it is also called an adult. Butterflies are very colorful. So I think you have seen the butterflies, children, how they look like. It is very colorful, right? And when the butterfly first comes out, it is very tired and so it rests. So when it comes out of the pupa, that is pupa stage, when they come out, they are very tired and they take rest for some time. And then the butterfly will lay eggs and the life cycle will start all over again. Then again the butterfly lay eggs and then the larval stage, then pupa stage, then butterfly. Same way the life cycle continues. Okay, life cycle of a butterfly. The continues. Then next we'll go to the viviparous animals. Animals in which the embryo develops inside the body. Now we saw it outside the body. Now we are going to see inside. They are called as the viviparous animals. Okay. And then these animals give birth to young ones. Here in the oviparous I said laying eggs. Here they give birth to young ones straight away. Okay. The developing embryo gets its nutrients from the mother. Humans, cows, deer and dogs are examples of viviparous. So what we eat, that nutrient goes to the baby, okay, to the embryo. That is called as a viviparous. Now we'll see the difference between the oviparous and the viviparous. Now oviparous, the development of embryo takes place outside. In the viviparous it takes place inside. And the oviparous, it produces young ones by laying eggs. In the viviparous, it directly gives birth to the young ones. And this oviparous, the embryo receives the nutrients from the egg yolk. Here the nutrients received from the mother in the viviparous. Then examples of oviparous like insects, fish, reptiles and birds. And viviparous, cats, dogs, humans and lions. Next we will go to the sexual reproduction. The type of reproduction which a single parent gets divided into two new offspring is known as asexual reproduction. Okay, did you understand this, student, about the butterfly stages? What are the stages we saw? Okay, did you understand about this? Next we are going to see the asexual reproduction. Now in this asexual reproduction, what I said, single parent divided into two new offspring. This type of reproduction takes place in microorganisms like Hydra and amoeba. Asexual reproduction produces offspring that are identical. Identical means same to the parent. There are several ways in which animals reproduce asexually. First we are going to see the fission. Okay, what is that? Asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction. First way is fission. Okay. First way is fission. Fission occurs in some invertebrates. Invertebrate means who have the backbone. இப்போ நம்ம கூட invertebrates are, why? Because we have a backbone. முதுகெலும்பு இருக்கு இல்லையா, யார் யாருக்கு முதுகெலும்பு இருக்கோ அவங்க தான் invertebrates ன்னு சொல்றாங்க எல்லாமே. சரி, so we also come in the invertebrates. Multicell organism. In this method, an organism splits into two parts. One animal or to split na பிரிக்கிறது into two parts. For example, flatworms, sea anemones and sea cucumbers divides into two arms and regenerate திருப்பியும் ஃபார்ம் ஆகுது again. Okay, they divide ஆனால் செத்து போகாது, திருப்பி அவங்க என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, நியூவாக ஃபார்ம் ஆவாங்க, that is regenerate, and the other half in each of the resulting individuals. So they split into two and this again they form that is regenerate, they form again into a same animal. Okay, then budding. Next we will see the budding. What is that called as the budding? First we saw the fission, next is budding. Budding is a form of asexual reproduction that results from the outgrowth of a part of a body, that is வளர்ச்சி ஆகுது இல்லையா, that is outgrowth of the body. Then the bud is separated, period, from the original organism. Original animal and plant animal irukilla, the sea animal illa hydra irukattum, and the original idhula irundhu thaniya periyirudhu. Okay, forms two individuals. Budding occurs commonly in some invertebrates such as hydras and corals. Next, fragmentation. Next we are going to the fragmentation. So in the fragmentation, what we are going to say is the breaking of the individual two parts followed by regeneration. That is, from the individual, from the original, they divide into two parts and they again regenerate. Regenerate means what I said, that forming again. Reproduction through fragmentation observed, which are the animals you can see, that sponges and sea stars. So in this picture you can see, if you buy the book, you can see in children. So first the books are available in the school, you can get the books, okay, only then. So because from the third term also you are going to get for the exam, okay. So if you get the books early, you can write the question answers, everything. So get the books fast, okay. Now we'll continue. Fragmentation occurs through accidental damage. ஆக்சிடென்ட் அதை டேமேஜ் ஆகிடுச்சுன்னா உங்கள் பாடி அது என்ன ஆகும், செப்பரேட் ஆகிடும். ஸோ அங்கேருந்து அவங்களுக்கு என்ன ஆகுது, திருப்பி நியூ ஆர்கானிசம் ஃபார்ம் ஆகுது, ரீஜெனரேட்ஸ். தென் டேமேஜ் ஃப்ரம் த ப்ரிடேட்டர்ஸ்னால் எனிமீஸ் ஏதாவது அட்டாக் பண்ணாங்கன்னா, அது அதாவது அவங்களுக்கு தனியாக ஆகிடுச்சுன்னா, அவங்க பாடியிலேருந்து ஏதாவது ஒரு பார்ட் வந்து செப்பரேட் ஆகிடுச்சுன்னா அங்கேருந்து திருப்பி என்ன ஆகும், ரீஜெனரேட் ஆகும். புரியுதா நான் என்ன சொல்கிறேன்னு? ஸோ அவர் ஆஸ் அ நேச்சுரல் ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் ரீப்ரொடக்ஷன். ஸோ அதாவது நேச்சுரலாக அதாவது அது ரீப்ரொடக்ஷன் ஆகும். தென் ஸ்போர்ஸ். நெக்ஸ்ட் இஸ் த ஸ்போர்ஸ். In this spores, some protozoan bacteria, plants and fungi reproduce via spores. Spores are the structures naturally grown as part of an organism's life cycle. They are naturally grown from an organism. They are separated from the organism and dispersed. Separate na the period and period. Dispersed na separate agadhu. Period dispersed through a medium such as air or water. Dispersed na another idaido spread aido. Okay, through air or the water. In a suitable environment, the spores will develop into fully organism. So in the spores enna adu spread aidudhu. So in the spores vandu thirupi oru full organism form agum. So these are the four: fission, budding, fragmentation and spores. So endha oru idu eduthalum they regenerate. Okay, now next we are going to see the endangered species. So what is endangered species? Endangered species. Now what we are going to say is endangered species. An endangered species is an animal or a plant that is at risk of extinction. Extinction என்ன சொன்ன, அழிவு. புரியுதா அவங்களுக்கு? அந்த ரிஸ்க்னால ரொம்ப அவங்க வந்து ரிஸ்கான இதில் இருக்காங்க, எக்ஸ்டிங்க்ட் ஆக போகுதுன்னு. சரியா? Then it means that they might extinct from the earth soon. இந்த உலகத்துலேருந்து அவங்க சீக்கிரமாக அழிய போகிறாங்கன்ட்டு பாட்டி. Okay, they are going to extinct from the earth soon. It is reported that nearly 132 species of plants and animals are critically endangered in India. Endangered means that is they are going to be extinct. Okay, how many species? 132 species of plants and animals are going to get extincted. Extinct என்ன சொன்னேன்? அழிவு. புரியுதா? They are going to get extinct from the earth. Then, snow leopard, Bengal tiger, Asiatic lion, Indian giant squirrel are some of the endangered species in India. These are the endangered species, that is in the risk of extinction. Okay. Similarly, plants, even these plants also are in extinction, like umbrella tree, Malabar lily, Rafflesia flower and Musni plant are also endangered. So the pictures are given in the book, children. If you buy the book, it will be easy for you to learn. Okay, children. So in the next class, we'll continue the lesson, children. Thank you.